iwradio.co.uk. Isle of Wight Radio.
Speaking with regards to the budget to begin with, it was voted through by the Tories this evening, probably as expected by some. How do you think that's going to affect people on the Isle of Wight, families who are already struggling to pay their bills?
Well, we hope that the council tax freeze for a second year running and the fourth year of no increases to parking charges will actually help families to an extent, whilst they have other bills rising. But clearly, there are decisions in there which some people will feel, but we've tried to manage the impact of that by looking at where savings can be achieved within the council in our back office services. But there's things in there which will be of benefit to island residents as well.
You did say in this evening's meeting, though, that frontline services will be affected. We are seeing still more cuts in services, nearly 4 million cuts this year, on top of the 17-odd million from last year.
Yes, but to be clear, over 90% of those savings come from what we call the back office and efficiencies within the local authority, including staffing costs. There are some areas where we're changing the way we do business. We're looking at the role of the community and services as well. But by taking the difficult decisions we took last year, we've also been able to invest in things such as youth unemployment, tackling that, a number of other things which will be of longer-term benefit to the island.
The independent group this evening were proposing things like bringing back the lifeguards and also introducing certain other services, for example, innovative toilets on the island, for example. What did you make of the independent budget, and do you think there's any merit in it?
Yes, there certainly were some good proposals there. The difficulty was that we received them only 48 hours before the budget meeting, and we weren't able to fully assess the impact of them and some of the potential benefits. But what I have given a commitment to doing is looking at those over the coming months. If some of them could be of benefit to the island, we will discuss them and try and take them forward with the money as it allows. But we need time to do that. So we're not closing the door on those, but we need to look at them carefully to see what would work.
How do you think your budget is going to benefit people on the Isle of Wight? I've tackled you on the cuts, but there is indeed investment in there as well. What type of investment are you hoping to achieve from your budget?
Particularly, we're looking at initiatives around the economy. Things to do with investing in superfast broadband will help people set up and run businesses from home. Some of our plans around tackling youth unemployment, young entrepreneurs, the apprenticeship schemes. There are some particular things on there which we know will help people living here on the island. But there's a lot more still to do. We're not saying our budget has all the answers. There may be other things we can do during the course of the year as resources allow that will be of further benefit. And we continue to welcome feedback as to what we could be doing.
Just finally, I know I did start with this, but if I may, what would you say to a family that's really struggling at the moment to perhaps pay their bills? Maybe one member, two members of the family have lost their job as a result of the recession, and they're really struggling, and they're hearing now of more and more cuts to come.
Well, there's nothing in the budget we've agreed this evening that will impact on the vast majority of families. In fact, the impact will be positive with the freeze in council tax, the freeze in parking charges, and we've preserved as many services as we can. So I think, if anything, the cost of living, much of which is outside of our control as a local authority. I know the coalition government is doing much to support people on fuel duty and so forth, but we will continue to do all we can at a local level as well.